So hi and welcome to part 2 of interacting with pictures. So I'm going to go back and insert. I'm going to go here to pictures, and this time I'm going to insert a picture from this device. So I'm going to click right here and I'm going to get this dialog box that appears. So I'm going to go up to my desktop and I want to insert this picture right here. So I can double click it, or I can just check it once to make sure it's checked and then click insert. And this is what I get here. And this is actually, I got this from Microsoft stock images that comes with Excel 365. So here I have this picture here, and once again, if I put the mouse over the picture until I get the 4 bidirectional arrows, I can left click and drag all over the place. I can use the resize handles, hover the mouse here, left click and drag in and out. I can resize it in that way, or I can resize it this way as well, or I can resize it like this. All right, so now let me just press Ctrl Z to undo all that and get my original dimensions. All right, so now we left off here at compressed pictures, and compressed pictures, if I click it, I get these options here. Now this is a JPEG image. You will not get some of these options if you, let's say, have a PNG picture. So just be aware of that. Some of these options may be grayed out. So here I can adjust the quality of the picture for certain instances. For example, if I'm emailing this document and I don't want the file to be so big because of the pictures, I can reduce the size of these pictures here. I can also reduce it here for web. I can set it for printing here, and I can set it for high definition or high fidelity. So let me just cancel out of here. So now I'm going to go here into picture styles, and these essentially give a border to the picture. So if I hover the mouse over these styles here I have reflected round rectangles. Here I have soft edge. I have double frame. I've got a thicker frame right here. If I go here, I've got this nice oval frame here. And here I have a sort of double frame here. And I have various other options here as well. I can get a 3D effect if I want, get bevel edges, and so on. So now let me just go into picture border. And here I have a border colors. And in order to see the colors, I need to increase the size of the border weight. So I'm going to go here and I'm going down to, let's say, 6. Now I'm going to go back into picture border, and now if I cycle through these colors, I can change the color. If I go here to sketch, I can also alter the border from here as well. Here I can add a dashed line to the border. Now if I go here, picture effects, and once again I'm using Excel 365. You may not have as many options depending on which version you're using of Excel. So I can add sort of a button effect. I can add sort of a bevel effect here. I can go here and add a shadow. I can add inner shadow and outer shadows. I can here go to reflections. So as you can see, if I click here reflections, I can create sort of a mirror image down here, and I can just cycle through these. Here I can create a glow effect, and I have options here regarding glow options as well. If I don't like the size of the glow effect, I can go here at soft edges, bevel, and a 3D rotation as well. That's what I get here. So there are quite a lot of interesting options here. Now I'll come to picture layout in the next section. But if I press Control and 1, I get the format picture options. And these options here are also the same as these ones here. So it's just a different way of accessing them. Here I can go here and let's say I can fill if I click here and click solid fill and go here, as you can see, nothing's going to happen. But if I have a PNG file, so let me just delete this, and I'm going to go insert back in the picture and go into this device, and I have a PNG here, this one right here, and I'm going to insert that. I'll move this up a bit. Now as you can see, this particular file is not very big. It doesn't have too much information, so I'm getting this pixelation here around the edges. Now if you're working with pictures, just be aware of that. If you import vectors, which are the best, you will not get this pixelation issue. So now I'm just going to move it here, left click and drag here, left click and drag, and now I'm going to go here to solid fill. As you can see, I can change the background because it's a transparent background. I can go here, I can change the gradient. I have all these different options here as well. I can insert a picture texture. I can go here and I can insert a pattern as well. And these work best, like I said, with PNG files or with files that you remove the background image. So here I can also access the same options that I can access from here, as well as here and here. So here I have size, the properties. So here I can change the size from here. So if I want, I can click this up. I can increase the size of the width. I can increase the rotation. So there are many ways to do a task in Excel. So don't get overwhelmed when you see a whole bunch of different tools that suddenly appear, because those tools are often repetitive. If I go here, I have picture correction and picture color and picture transparency are also available here as well. Now here's cropping. Now if I click here, let me just put my mouse here and rotate that slightly. I also have the crop effect here, so I'm going to click crop. And when I click crop, this is what I get here. I get these little horizontal dashes and these right angles in the corners. Now if I put the mouse over until I get, let's say I'm going to put my mouse, let me make this a little bigger actually. I'm going to press my control and my mouse wheel. Now I'm going to put my mouse over here, and as you see, my mouse changes into a right angle, and I'm going to left click and drag. And this is what I get. So the image is cropped up. Now if I press here, as you can see, this is what I get here. Now don't worry, the image hasn't been actually, the image is actually intact, the original image. So if I click here and press crop again, as you can see, the image is still here. So if I want to get the image back, I'm just going to put the mouse over one of these right angles, and I'm going to just, let's say, drag out here, and I can also just drag out here as well. Okay, so that's it for this lesson, and let's continue exploring pictures in the next lesson.